Hey Vance, yeah? I've been hearing Bishop Floyd talk a lot about gay people. I see. And I had a question. What's that? What is a gay person? Oh, well, that's a very interesting question. It's actually a very complicated question. And one of the things that makes it so complicated is that you have the answer to it, but it's just hard trying to express it. I don't get it. Well, I'll answer your question. Excuse you. Thank you. You're welcome. So, a gay person. You know how in the universe you have all these different species, and they're usually separated by males and females, and it's usually when it comes to mating season, it's usually the males and the females that will come together, one male, one female? Yes, of course. Well, a gay person, for the most part, is an earthling who, when it comes to mating, is not really attracted to someone of the opposite sex. He's actually attracted to someone of the same sex. So basically, in other words, a human male who would be attracted to another human male for mating reasons, intimate reasons, that is a gay person. Oh. Oh, I see now. I have another question. What's that? Why? I'm still trying to learn that, I'm trying to do as much research on the topic as I possibly can, as much as time will permit me. And, if I can be honest, I don't think I know any more about it now than I did when I first heard the word homosexual. So I'm learning, but, being a dyslexic blue-collar boy, it's kind of hard to keep that information locked up in your head. What concerns me is that he says that it's a bad thing. Being gay is a bad thing. And he says because the Bible says so. And that's something that I just don't understand. Why is it such a bad thing? Well, there are some Christian preachers who believe that it's morally wrong just because the Bible says in some verses, at least 6 of them, that it's a terrible thing. And even though when it comes to moral sin, the Bible seems to be more focused on, idolatry and murder than it does with homosexuality. And if I can be honest, if there's anything that I can think of about homosexuality that's, I don't want to say wrong, but if it doesn't seem right, I don't know how to say it, but the only bad thing that I can think about homosexuality is that it's not productive, or I should probably use the term reproductive, because, when 2 men come together, there's no child. Same thing with 2 women. When 2 women come together, there's no child. So, but when a man and a woman come together, more than likely, there will be a child. So that's the thing, is that, biologically, homosexuality is not productive or reproductive, if that makes any sense. And that's the only bad thing that I can think of when it comes to homosexuality. But otherwise, I don't really see it as a moral issue. But like I said, I've been brought up in a conservative Christian family that teaches me that homosexuality is a sinful act. And sometimes I think about it and I just wonder, why? What's so wrong with it? So right now, it's something that I remain neutral on. I remain neutral about it. I feel that what I need to do is learn as much as I can about the topic before I come to a final conclusion and say, yes, it's a sinful act, or no, it's not a sinful act. So, it's just one of those things. I just got to learn about it. And so right now, I really don't have much to say about it. But I will say that my attitude towards homosexuality is not the same as that of, certain Christians like the Westboro Baptists who say that, America's doomed because they let fags freely roam. Fags? It's a derogatory term for someone who's gay. Oh, I'm sorry that I said it. It's all right, you didn't know. So, let me say this. If I saw a man standing out in the middle of the road for whatever reason, it's starting to rain. I know. We'll go inside in a minute. We're under an awning. We should be safe. Okay. So what I'm trying to say is that, if there was a gay guy out in the middle of the road, I knew he was gay, and I saw this big 18-wheeler coming in his direction, it was going to run him over, and the truck wasn't going to stop, I would risk my life to rescue that man, because I recognize him as a fellow human being. You know, even though, you know, he may have a different sexual orientation than I do, and we may think differently about certain things, I still see him as a fellow human being, a brother in the human race, and, you know, I need to do what I can to help him when he's in trouble. So, does that make any sense? I think some of what you said made plenty of sense, but I'm still confused about many things. Well, believe me, Jupiter, I'm just as confused as you are, but you know what? I don't think it's anything to worry about, you know? What I will say is that when it comes to a topic like this, I think, you know, good-hearted Christians need to spend as much time in prayer about this and hope and pray that God will lead them in the right direction and into the truth, you know, of what homosexuality really is, whether if it's sinful or if it's good, you know, whatever it is, you know. So that's really all that I have to say right now. So, you know, if you have any more questions, I do have some books that I could lend you that you can read. I think I would like that. Thank you very much, Vance. You're welcome. You have any other questions? Right now, no. Well, if you have any questions about anything, Jupiter, just don't be afraid to let me know, okay? Alright, you got it.